Hey everybody, my name is Sean Kennedy. I'll be your instructor for U.S. History 2 for the spring semester 2013. My name is Sean Kennedy, so I go by Sean. Just my legal name is Robert. My middle name is Sean. So please call me Sean. Refer to me as Sean or refer to me as Mr. Kennedy. Just don't refer to me as Sir. I understand it's an endearment of respect, but you should know who you're talking to and address who you're talking to, just for the sake of it, right? So it's either Sean or Mr. Kennedy, whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm more comfortable with Sean, right? A lot of students say, hey, I want to be able to respect you, though. You can show me you respect me by making sure you're going to succeed in this course, right? And that's why I'm here for you, is to make sure you succeed in your U.S. History 2 course. Now, the purpose for this mandatory online orientation is to make sure you succeed, right? And so, in doing that, that's basically my professional goal, is to make sure all my students succeed. So don't get in the way of my goal. And in doing so, what we're going to do with this is I'm just going to go through the class and then make sure you understand what's expected, where to find things, and how to succeed. Just give you some tips here and there. As I'm doing it, I'm going to pose some questions, and then I'm going to respond to those questions. Write down the questions and write down the responses, and then when you're done with the orientation, you're going to email me no later than this Wednesday. All right, so to begin, online orientation. Let's first go to the syllabus, which you can find if you're already in Start Here, and you were. You're going to find it here, or you're going to find it here, right? Whichever is best for you. Oops, let me go back and make sure that that's open correctly. Syllabus. Okay. Excellent. All right, so very important document. You want to print this out, print it out, and have it in a folder that's dedicated to your U.S. History 2 course throughout the semester. Let's see who's watching. Hey, somebody's checking it out already. Good, good. All right, so the syllabus is, first off, again, my name is Sean Kennedy. My office is in A106 at the Pecan campus. Let me write that down, since Pecan campus. My office hours are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 1 to 2:30, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday from 5:30 to 6 p.m. and or by appointment, right? And let me stress appointment. If you do need to speak with me, or meet with me, and these times don't work for you, by all means, get a hold of me, and we will make an appointment. Now, my contact information, here's my phone number, but the best way to initiate communication with me is through Blackboard email tool. So let's make that the first question that you have to respond to. What is the best way to get a hold of me? Blackboard email tool. Now, if you're needing to talk on the phone from there, we can go from there. But what happens is that students will call me, and I'm not in my office that much. Here are my office hours, and then I teach. But other than that, I'm not in my office. And then if I am in my office and I'm with somebody, if the phone rings, I'll let it ring, and then you have to leave a voice message, right? And I can't get a hold of you if you don't leave a voice message. But a lot of students will call me, let's say on a Saturday night, and leave a message in this room here in my office, right? And I'm not in my office. And then I don't get your voice message until Monday afternoon when I get back into my office at 1 o'clock, right? See? And so it's now been Sunday, all of Monday, and still you're wondering, well, what am I supposed to be clicking right now? I have no idea what I should be looking at. Email me through Blackboard email tool, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second, and ask me the question or state your concern. And 9 times out of 10, I could usually address what it is just through the email. But if we need to have a conversation, by all means, we can have a conversation after that. I might say to you, hey, this is something that I need to explain to you a little bit more in detail. Give me a call at my office phone number or at this number that I'm at right now. right? And then we can go from there, right? Okay, if you're unfamiliar with emailing, let me just show this real quick. A lot of you probably already familiar with this, so you can fast forward this if you like. Real quick. You go to email, and then you create message. And this is the only thing that's different than a regular email. You go to to, and you got to scroll down, and you got to find me. And you click here, and you go there, and then you do your email, right? And you click submit. Right. So I just wanted to show that to you real quick. So let me do that real fast. Just again, make sure you go here, and then scroll down and find me. I'm Robert Kennedy, the one with the instructor in parentheses by it, right? So that's how you'll email me in the future. Okay, let's go back to the syllabus. Let me just show you basically a general outline of what is required for the semester. There are usually quizzes that expire every week. Not every week, but usually every week, so make sure you understand when things are due. There are unit exams that expire at the end of each unit. Right now, we start on Unit 6 in U.S. History 2, looking at Reconstruction, the West, and the Industrial Revolution. Then there is a research report assignment, the role of the United States. It's a research paper. I'll talk more about that later in the semester, but go ahead and click that so you just can take a look at it later after the orientation. And if you have any questions you want addressed now, go ahead and ask me. But we'll take a look at this later in the semester. Maybe in a couple of weeks I'll put up a orientation dealing just with that research project. And then you have the final exam. Right there as well. So just make sure you have you understand what everything is calibrated and everything that's expected for the semester there. Here's the next question. Couple of things here. Next question is there extra credit in this class, and if so, how do I qualify for it, right? The response to that is yes, there is extra credit available in this course. How do you qualify for it? At the end of the semester, if you have done extra credit, it will be applied to your grade if you have earned a 70% or higher to the actual grade, right? So let me say that in a different way so you understand this. If at the end of the semester you have a 78% and you have done 5 or 6 extra credit assignments, if 5 or 6 were available, right? And that extra credit boosts your grade from a 76 would be a C to a B. You would receive that at the end of the semester, right? At the end of the semester. Conversely, if at the end of the semester you've done 5 or 6 extra credit assignments, but you've only earned 50% of the actual grade, right? That means you probably failed a bunch of quizzes, you failed or didn't do a unit exam and failed the rest. You said, screw this, right? And you did a half-assed job on the final exam, right? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about somebody else. You won't do that. But if that was you and you've done the extra credit, your extra credit won't count, right? So you actually have to get a low C in this course for the extra credit to count. If you stick to the schedule and do everything you need to do, ask questions when you're confused. It's okay to be confused, all right? Just don't stay confused. So you ask questions if you're confused. Get a hold of me. You're definitely going to get a C in this course. So just keep that in mind. The other question that is there, will I accept light work? The answer is no, right? So understand when everything expires and when to do it. And so those are 2 questions. Question pertaining to, is there extra credit available? Yes. How do I qualify it? You have to earn a 70% or higher of the actual grade. And can you turn anything late? No. So make sure those 2 questions are in your initial email to me as well. All right. Now, how to succeed generally in this course? This is another question. How do I succeed generally in this course? In any internet course, for that matter. Here is how you're going to do it. You've got to set yourself a schedule. You have to set yourself a schedule. Let me repeat that. You have to set yourself a schedule. A lot of students struggle with internet courses because they get to the internet coursework when they have time, right? And guess what? You'll never have time if that's your strategy. You have to set yourself a schedule. So you have to kind of pretend like you're going to school when you're taking an internet course. You are going to school, but you have to have the mindset that I have class at this certain time during these certain days throughout the week, right? You have to do that. If you don't do that, things will snowball on you, and you will find yourself procrastinating, and you will have wasted your time, and you will be somebody who has to take the U.S. History 2 course again. And my professional goal is that you never take this course again, right? If this is the first time you've taken this course, this is the last time you've taken this course. If you've taken this course before, this is the last time you're going to take it, because you enrolled in this course, Sean Kennedy's course, to succeed. So, set yourself a schedule. So look at your schedule, your work schedule, your family schedule, your social engagements, and find out if you have 3 to 4 days a week, 1 to maybe 3 hours at a time, just depending on what your schedule is and what you think you're able to handle, and stick to that schedule as if you were going to class here on campus, right? So if you need to tell people in your lives, your kids, your significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, your boss, whatever the case may be, tell them you have a set schedule that you cannot deviate from, right? You have to go to class. You have to go to class, right? That means you get online, whatever it is. So Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, from 5 in the morning till 7 in the morning. That 2-hour block, 3 days a week at the very least, right? So that might be your specific schedule. You're going to do it before everyone gets up. You got to tell people that you can't be bothered when you're doing that, and you have to stick to that schedule, right? So whatever your schedule is, stick to it through the semester, and you will succeed in this course, right? Don't do what a lot of other people do, which is, and people who are in other people's courses, not my course. In my course, you are going to have a set schedule. What other people will do is they will do their internet course work when they have time. And the answer to that is you'll never have time, right? So how are you generally going to succeed in this course? You're going to set yourself a schedule and stick to that schedule no matter what, right? No matter what. And you'll succeed. You'll succeed in this course. I know a lot of people get anxious when they have to take the U.S. History 2 course, and especially that internet course. So if you heed that advice and you stick to it, you will succeed. Guarantee it. There'll be no choice. You'll expend at least 6 hours a week. You might need more than that. At least, though, 6 hours a week to succeed. If you're saying to yourself, I don't have 6 hours a week, I don't even have an hour a week, then you really need to take a look at what you're doing and why you signed up for this course, right? If you have too much going on and you don't have at least 6 hours a week, at least, you probably actually will need more. Generally speaking, you might need maybe even 8 to 10 hours a week. So if you don't have at least 6, you really got to ask yourself, well, what can I cut out in my life? And if you can't cut out anything out in your life to give you 6 hours a week to dedicate towards this course, in addition to maybe other courses you're taking too, so that's another ball of wax, right? You need to ask yourself, is this the right time and place for you, right? I'm encouraging everybody who is enrolled right now to start and succeed by May 17th, right? Everybody who's listening, everybody who's actively participating can and will succeed, but you got to be honest with yourself. Is this the right time and place? So if you can't answer that and say yes it is, then by all means you will succeed in this course. All right, that was a lot of time on that. But it's real important to understand. Okay, let's go to the required material for this. Now you're going to notice I have links over here, and I also have links in here. It's just different places to find the same thing. So you can always find things over here, and you can always find things over here. So we're in Unit 6. The required content for Unit 6, you could either get it here or you can get it here. Let's see what happens when you click here. There we go. So, or you can click it in the link that was there. So, right now it's January 22nd. We're going through January 25th. That's the first week. There's a lot of content to get through. You need to pace yourself and do a little bit at a time. Open up the link. You can click it here, and apparently you can click it here. Let me see what happens when I do this, though. Okay. So, for some reason, when I was in edit mode, when I go into edit off mode, it disappears here. But you can get it in these things right here. If you're having technical problems, who you want to call, if for some reason you're opening something up and it's not working the way it's supposed to, you want to call Distance Education. The phone number is 872-2598. That's 872-2598. Put that in your contacts right now, 872-2598. Those people will be your friend throughout the semester. So if you have technical problems in this class or technical problems in a different class, call them. If they don't answer, leave a voice message. If they don't respond back to you within a couple of hours, politely, this will be another question. If you have technical problems, what are you supposed to do? This is what you do. Call 872-2598. Leave a message if they don't answer. If they don't respond to you within a couple of hours, politely, respectfully, call back. Leave another message or talk to somebody, right? And just and if they're not giving you the response that's helping you, respectfully, they're all really nice people over there, so respectfully, take a deep breath if you need to, respectfully and politely ask the person that you're talking to, is there somebody there that does know? So if they just say to you, hey, I don't know, ask them, is there somebody there that does know? There is somebody there that does know. So make sure you get your questions asked, right? If you have technical problems. If you have content problems, meaning I don't understand the history, ask me. Or if you don't understand what an assignment is due, you can ask me about that kind of stuff. But if you click on something and it's not opening correctly, then you want to call Distance Education. I don't know what's wrong with your computer, right? They probably do. This is what they dedicate their time towards. They'll tell you to upload this, to take this off your computer, whatever the case may be, right? And so you got to call them up. All right. All right. Required. This will be another question that you have to jot down and respond to me. There are two types of assignments or two types of content. What are they in each unit? The answer to that are lectures and articles. All right, so there are two types of assignments in each required, in each material that's required. Lectures and articles. So write that down and respond back to me. Now for the lectures, you want to click lecture, open it on up. Now it's for some reason I don't know, it should be opening up right there, but see, it's telling you click here to download file if it doesn't open. So there it is. Okay, so it opened on up for us. And away we go. So, Reconstruction, 1863 to 1877. Write a 5 to 8 paragraph essay responding to the following essay prompt. The essay prompt is discuss the two constitutional theories that evolved around the question of Reconstruction. Describe the 3 phases of Reconstruction, its successes and its failures. Now, if you want to succeed in this course, heed this advice. Handwrite that essay prompt down right now. Push pause and handwrite that down. Are you back? Okay, good. Okay, handwrite it down. Now, you will be cognitively aware a little bit more than you were by just looking at it. A lot of students will just look at a particular essay question prompt and they just look at it, right? There's something about Constitution, there's theories in there, there's something about Reconstruction and success and failures, whatever, right? Okay, now what do I need to do, right? You need to just kind of slow down and really see, take a deep breath and see what's going on here. Handwrite that down. Handwrite it down, right? You will thank me later for doing this. That way you'll just be aware of what to look for when you are going through the material. Now, each essay prompt, each lecture, is going to have anywhere from 2 to 4 concepts. So for this particular lecture, there are 4 different concepts. You have to go through each link in each concept to respond to this essay question. Now, the lecture is broken down into concepts to kind of give you a little bit of a snapshot, so it's not all at once, right? This mandatory orientation is going a little bit longer than I wanted to, but the lectures will never go longer than about 15 minutes, right? So it pays off. It's a little bit more beneficial to chunk this stuff out. So the first concept dealing with presidential reconstruction is, you want to write this down. It's basically repeating part of the essay prompt. Discuss the 2 constitutional theories that evolved around the question of Reconstruction. So you'll click here, and a YouTube link will open up, and this will be the lecture. Right? This is coming from me, a lecture. See a picture of me with my son. We're looking pretty bad here because we're got our sunglasses on. Right. When you're viewing these lectures, they are pretty entertaining. In fact, you probably will end up inviting your friends and your family, right? And maybe even charge admission to strangers walking by your apartment or house. Kidding. Right. They're not entertaining, right? Don't just sit there and look at them and be in awe of them. You want to make sure you have a pen or pencil in your hand, and you're in concept 1. Discuss the 2 constitutional theories that evolved around the question of Reconstruction, right? So you're going to, as you're going through this lecture, you're going to write down information that helps you respond to that particular prompt. You're going to be starting with concept 1. Right? So go through that and write down any information that you might helps you respond to that. Handwrite it down. I specifically encourage you to handwrite things down. So as you go through all of the concepts, when you're done with it, let me open this up. This is still concept 1. This is required material. Yes, click this link. Start lesson. Go through presidential Reconstruction, the Black Codes, and congressional Reconstruction. You can play it.
The last shot of the Civil War had been fired, and the full devastation.
Or you can read it, right? Either way, your choice. You can do both. I recommend doing both. Make your time worth something. When you're done with presidential Reconstruction, you want to go to Black Codes. When you're done with Black Codes, you want to read through congressional Reconstruction. This may look like a lot, but it comes out to maybe about 6 pages of reading, or about 15 minutes of these little vignettes here, right?
It was obvious to all.
So, go through this material. This is concept 1, and make sure you can really respond to the 2 constitutional theories that evolved around the question of Reconstruction, right? And you should have a good idea by the time you're done with these 2 links of what presidential Reconstruction is, right? And take other notes as you see fit as well. Concept 2, presidential Reconstruction phase and congressional Reconstruction phase. Discuss presidential Reconstruction and how its weaknesses led to congressional Reconstruction. So you want to click here, open up the YouTube link, and take notes accordingly. You might find that the material from here and any of these links here will help you respond to concept 2 as well. So keep that in mind as you're taking notes. Concept 3, same thing. You want to go through the links that are assigned. Concept 4, same thing, right? Now when you're done with all the concepts, you'll probably have 5 to 6 pages of notes if you're doing this sufficiently, right? Don't hesitate to write down any name, event, movement, battle, person, individual, historical persons, historical significance. Just write down stuff as you're going through. Make your time worth something, right? When you write stuff down as you're viewing it, rather than just viewing it and going, I wonder what this is all about, as you're writing stuff down, you will become more, you won't memorize anything. You'll be just cognitively aware, meaning your mind will be engaged with the material to a larger degree, rather than just kind of looking at stuff as you're clicking. when you're done, if you have, you might not have 5 to 6 pages of notes for reconstruction. Maybe you have 2 to 3, but you might surprise yourself. Then the task for you is to transcribe your notes into a 5 to 8 paragraph essay. A 5 to 8 paragraph essay. Easy enough, right? So you're going to find that the challenge into constructing these essays is to find the most salient, the most important points of the lecture series and the required material to help you respond to this particular essay prompt. Now, a big question I get from students is what to do with this essay prompt. Well, you want to write it as if it's required, because essentially it is required. And I'll talk about how you're going to submit this to me when we get to the exams. So suffice to say, yes, it is required, and I'll tell you how to submit it in just a moment here. All right, so that's, let me go back to, okay. So we're still working on lectures and articles for January 22nd to 25th. You got lectures here, there's another lecture. You have also articles here as well. Articles, Little Bighorn, A Day to Remember, and A War on Terror from 1871. Open up the articles. If it doesn't launch for you correctly, go ahead and click that, and it will. And read the articles. What you want to do with these articles is you want to, as you're taking notes, you want to ask yourself, what is the argument of this article? In other words, why did this historian, Tony Peritet, write this article? And then, as you're taking notes, try to identify at least 2 examples of how the historian supports his argument in any way. Oops. That you can. So, when you're reading these articles, make sure that you that's what you have in mind. What is the argument, and how does the historian support that argument? Right? It might take you more than one read. You might have to read it 2 or 3 times, right? And not in one sitting, right? Read it, take notes, and then don't hesitate to come back to it again and read it again, right? So, each unit will have 2 basic components. Again, lecture and article. So that's a question with a response. What components are in each unit that you have to go through? What are the required materials? Lectures and articles. So that's that week. You have 2 lectures and 3 articles for this week. For next week, you have 1, 2, 3 lectures and 1, 2, 3, 4 articles. All right. So going back to Unit 6. All right. Unit 6, how do you basically get credit for all of this? You have 2 quizzes, and you have 1 exam for this unit, right? So you click here. You can also click here for the quizzes as well. So this opens up to what everything is for the exam and the quizzes. If you just want to go straight to it from wherever you're at, you can also go here. So this is the 2 quizzes that are required for this. They will always clearly state when they expire and what specifically is in each quiz. So your next question that you need to write down is, when do the first 2 quizzes expire, and what will be covered on each quiz? So for quiz 1, Unit 6, quiz 1, it expires. You need to respond to this. It expires February 1st, 11:59. So not this Friday, but the following Friday, right? So if you need a little bit more time to catch up, to get your bearings straight, that's okay. You want to try to get in how the schedule is suggested. Everything's suggested, right? I can't make you do any of this stuff. But if you get a little bit behind, don't worry. The quiz for this week's material will expire next Friday, not this Friday. But don't procrastinate. Don't procrastinate. Please don't do that. It'll not work out for you if you do. So First quiz expires on the 1st. It covers this material here. Here's the 2 lectures. So this is another place also. You click these links, the links will open. It's another place to find the material. If you just go here to weekly quizzes for Unit 6, the lectures for Reconstruction will open up, and the articles also will open up if you just open up any of these links here. So just to show you how it works. Boom, boom, there it is. Okay, and you open up those concepts, and it takes you to the different lectures. For this particular one, there's a film you have to watch with 6 parts, and each part is about 15 minutes apiece, so make time for that. All right, so make sure you read the essay prompt for that as well. Okay, quiz 2 expires February 8th, 11:59. There are 30 questions, and you have a 30-minute time limit for that, right? So keep that in mind. What is going to be covered on this? Well, material from this week and material for the following week as well. So everything will be covered in quiz 2, so it'll be comprehensive, right? Quizzes are always multiple choice questions, true, false, maybe. Each quiz, this is another question too. How many attempts am I allowed, and how is the score recorded, right? So that's another question that you need to respond to. Each quiz will generally be a 30-minute time limit. You will have 3 attempts, no more, no less. And the average score will be recorded. So let me break that down a little bit. You can take it once, you could take it twice, you could take it 3 times, no more, right? So if you take it, let's just say twice, and just to make the math easy, you get a 0 on the first one and a 100% on the next one. So that would make your average score would be a 50%, right? So if you got another scenario could be you get a 50% on the first one and 100% on the second one, your average score would be a 75%. If you took it 3 times and got a 100, a 90, and an 80, your average score would generally be somewhere like a 88 or something like that, right? Your average score, not your highest score, but your average score. So make sure you respond to that question as well. How many times can you take it? 3 times. How will your score be recorded? Your average score will be recorded. How do you take the quiz? That's another question. Click right here. These will take you to the material if you click these links, but you got to click up here to actually open up the quiz. You click begin, and you go ahead and take the quiz, right? So you go ahead and take the quiz, blah, 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 just click things, save the answer each time, and go through the whole thing, click save and submit. It'll yell at you if you didn't complete a question. In this case, I didn't complete 2 through 20, so it's really yelling at me. Click OK, or go back. You would want to go back. Now, to see your responses, to see what your score is and to see your response, you got to click OK down here, and it will open up to your quiz, right? So take a look at it, see how you did, and take it again if you need to. Now, each unit will have an exam, right? So you can go there, or you can find it in here. Right? There's the exam as well, right? To open up the exam, I don't have this set up yet, but what you'll see here, when you open this up, it'll say requires respondus lockdown. To take an exam, here's another question. What do I need to do to open up an exam correctly? You need to go through your lockdown browser, right? What is a lockdown browser? If you're not familiar with it, it's a if you don't have this on your computer yet, I've conveniently put it right here, lockdown browser download. Go down to resources, click this link right here. If you have a Windows, click Windows. If you have a Mac, click Mac, and it'll download some software that when it downloads, it should download into your desktop. It will look like a little padlock. Let me see if I have one in here. Got a lot of stuff opened up. Sorry. Beginning of the semester, I'm getting ready for a whole bunch of stuff here. And I got a bunch of stuff going on here. Just opening it on Respondus. Oh, here we go. All right, so I'm dragging it over here. Respondus Lockdown Browser. This is what you're going to open on up to take a test. You're going to open it on up, and so you're going to download this. This is what's going to download to your desktop. If it doesn't, it'll be in your Start menu somewhere. You're going to download it. You're going to open it on up, and what it will take you to is the login page for Blackboard. So you'll log into Blackboard like you normally would, and from there you would go to your exam to take your exam. So that, oops, that's my son, just in case you're wondering. His name's Jack. There we go. All right. Okay, sorry about all of this. It's taking a little bit longer. Oh, come on. Okay, so you'll take your exam while this is going on, and each exam, as soon as this goes through whatever it's doing here, each exam will have we'll have 4 short answers usually, and maybe 1 to 2 essay questions. For Unit 6 exam, you will have 1 essay question and 4 short answers. The short answers will pertain directly to okay, there we go. Sorry. The short answers pertain directly to the articles. So this will be another question. What will short answers be pertaining to? What will they be asking you of? The articles, right? The articles are this PDF links, right? It'll be directly related to the PDF articles, and it will ask you about the historian's argument and how the historian supported the argument. So make sure you understand that. And the next thing that the unit exam will require you of is to write, for this exam coming up, just 1 essay. As we go through the rest of the exam, you'll be asked to write other essays. A 5 to 8 paragraph essay on 1 of the 4 essay questions. So there should be 4 essay questions here. There will be when you're looking at it. Reconstruction, the West, place or process, social Darwinism, the philosophy of big business, or the labor movement, right? Here are the essay prompts, and these are just what are in the links for each lecture, right? This is just another place to find them. And you will give, it'll be randomly select 1 of them, right? So you have to do all of the essays. You have to do them. You're only going to submit 1, depending on what exam you're taking. Right now you're just taking Unit 6. Unit 6 is just going to have you write down 1 of the essays. Future exams, and it'll be more apparent as you go through, as you get more familiar with this, we'll ask you to write more than 1 essay, hearkening back to earlier units, right? So you're just going to write, for this one, you're going to respond to 1 of these. It's going to randomly select 1 of the essay questions. You won't know which one until it comes up, so keep that in mind. So again, you have to prepare for all of them because you won't know which one will come up. And that's how the exams work. It's basically how this class works. You've got required material, which is going to be lectures or articles. Usually every week, you'll just have to make sure you understand this by checking it out when the due dates are. It'll always tell you what the due dates are if you just click here. Go to the unit quiz, weekly quizzes, Unit 6, find out when the due dates are. For this unit, you have 2 that expire, so you should know those dates, February 1st and February 8th. And then on February 9th, the Unit 6 exams. Those are the deadlines. That's when they expire. It doesn't mean you have to wait until those deadlines expire. If you wait till the last minute and things go wrong, that's your problem, right? It's not my problem. If you get through this material, and you have a set schedule and you get to it earlier rather than later. Don't rush through it for the sake of rushing through it. But if it pays to get through this, because if you do have technical problems and it's before the deadline, then I can help you. But I can't help you the night of, because usually I'm not online the night of, right? But if you have like a technical problem it's getting in the way, I can help you out and reset maybe an attempt for you or something like that. So it pays not to procrastinate in this course, because you never know when things are going wrong. And usually the internet crashes the day a quiz or an exam expires for some reason. I don't know. For some reason the internet goes out during that time. I get lots of emails, like 20 or 30 emails the next day saying, the internet crashed, right? If the internet crashes a couple of days before a quiz or an exam expires, it's not that big of a deal, right? You just email me, and I'll take a look at and see what I can do to help you out. You'll probably have to do it again, but at least you can prepare for that, right? And that's about it, right? Lectures, articles, you take quizzes, and you take the exam, right? In a couple of weeks, I'll be releasing Unit 7, and you'll go through the material just like you're going through there. Stay tuned for the research project. I'll be explaining that in the next couple of weeks, a little bit more in detail. You can open it up and take a look at it now if you'd like, and let me know if you have any questions by emailing me. And that's all there is. Thank you for enduring this orientation. I know it was probably not the most entertaining thing in the world, but it's real important that you get through the material and understand the expectations. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. Your first assignment is to send me your responses to the questions I asked throughout this orientation. So let me know if you have any problems, any questions. I'm here for you. My professional goal is to make sure you succeed. So don't get in the way of my goal, and don't ever take this course again, right? Make sure this is the last semester you take this course. So if it's the first time you're taking this course, this is the last time you're going to take it. If you've taken it before, this is also the last time you're going to take it, right? Because you're going to succeed. Because you're going to heed my advice that I've given you throughout this orientation. You're going to set yourself a schedule, and you're going to be fine. All right. So do yourself a favor. Email me these questions. Do yourself a favor. Download the Lockdown Browser software right now. Don't wait until the exam expires, the night of the exam expires, because you'll have problems. If you have technical problems downloading this, call Distance Education, 872-2598. Other than that, I'll talk to you guys later. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Bye.